Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Majorly Minor Podcast. I am your host, Maris Shanahi, and today I wanted to talk about this concept of the student and the teacher. So on December 17th, 1997, there was a professional basketball game between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Chicago Bulls. And the reason why this game was so iconic was because it was one of the first matchups between Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. So picture this, you had Kobe Bryant at 19 years old in his second NBA season going against Michael Jordan at 34 years old in his 13th season. But the reason why this game matters so much is because of a small moment that took place towards the end of the game. With a little over 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan were bent down at half court during a free throw. And Kobe asked Michael a question. The whole interaction probably only lasted 10 seconds or so, but that moment always caught my eye because so much was happening in those 10 seconds. This young superstar was putting his ego aside and asking someone he admired for advice. But also you had this seasoned professional at the peak of his powers, putting his ego aside and giving this young player advice. And the reason it's so interesting is because that's not always the case. When you're young and just starting out, you're either too cocky or too scared to ask for advice. And when you're so experienced that you've reached the top, you're too protective or too bitter to give anyone advice. That 10-second interaction showed how to be the student and how to be the teacher. But the thing is, it's not about being one or the other. It's about being both at the same time. It's not about only asking for advice when you're inexperienced and then only giving advice once you're experienced. It only works if you're actively doing both things. See, the misconception is that when you're just starting out, you're supposed to figure things out on your own, learn from your mistakes, trial and error, all of that motivational nonsense. And then as you progress through your career, you obtain all of this information until one day you realize that maybe you should share all of this knowledge. But even then, you're only doing it at a point in your career when it doesn't hurt you. So you basically end up never asking anyone for advice for your entire career, hogging all of this information until maybe at the end, you leave a few breadcrumbs to a few people. But how on earth does that process make any sense? Imagine if you actually started out asking for advice and giving out advice from the very beginning. Right out the gate, you asked everyone you respected for guidance. And then at the same time, you shared your knowledge with others and didn't feel entitled to certain information. Trying to be the student and the teacher creates balance because things start to feel circular instead of linear. At the end of that basketball game, Michael Jordan was interviewed about the interaction between him and Kobe, and the reporter asked him whether or not he had a problem giving out secrets during a game. Michael said, quote, "Not at all, because someone did that for me, and I'm not against giving him any type of hints about his game if he asks," end quote. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back with another episode soon. Subscribe to the podcast if you'd like, and thanks for listening. All right, see you later.